You've probably used garlic your whole life, crushed it into pasta, tossed it into stir-fries, maybe even swallowed a raw clove when you felt a cold coming on. You thought you knew everything about garlic. But there's a version of garlic so scientifically different from the one in your kitchen that researchers are comparing its compounds to chemotherapy agents. Without the side effects, we're talking about black garlic. Black garlic is not a separate plant species. It is not grown in the ground as a black bulb. It begins its life as ordinary garlic, Allium sativum, a member of the Amaryllidaceae family, the same plant family that includes onions, leeks, and chives. Its origins trace back to East Asia, specifically to Korea, where historical records suggest it was consumed as far back as 4,000 years ago for its energizing and medicinal properties. Today, South Korea remains one of its most significant producers and consumers. But what transforms ordinary white garlic into the dark, complex superfood we're discussing today is a carefully controlled process called the Maillard reaction, the same chemical reaction that browns bread or caramelizes onions when cooked. Here's what happens. Fresh garlic bulbs are placed in humidity-controlled fermentation chambers at temperatures ranging from 60 to 90 degrees Celsius. That's 140 to 192's. Number additives, number chemicals, number vinegar or brine. Just heat, time, and moisture. During this process, the sugars and amino acids in the garlic react with each other at a molecular level. The sharp sulfuric compounds that give raw garlic its pungent bite, particularly allicin, are transformed into a library of new bioactive compounds, including S-allylcysteine, S-allylmercaptocysteine, melanoidins, and powerful polyphenol antioxidants. The result is a clove that turns jet black, becomes soft and chewy like a dried fruit, and develops a rich, sweet, slightly tangy flavor, almost like balsamic vinegar mixed with molasses. Structurally, the cloves shrink and darken completely from the outer skin to the core. The white papery wrapper remains, but inside you'll find dense, moist, tar-black flesh. There is no bitterness, no sharpness, and absolutely none of the raw garlic breath that keeps people away. Allium sativum, common garlic, is one of the most adaptable food crops on Earth. It thrives in temperate climates with well-defined cold winters and warm, dry summers. The plant requires a cold vernalization period, meaning the developing bulb needs exposure to temperatures below 10 degrees Celsius, around 50 degrees Fahrenheit, for several weeks to trigger proper bulb formation. This is why garlic is planted in autumn in most growing regions. The ideal soil is loose, well-drained, and slightly sandy loam with a pH between 6.0 and 7.5. Waterlogged or compacted soils cause bulb rot, which is one of the most common crop failures in garlic farming. Soil rich in organic matter and potassium produces denser, more aromatic bulbs, precisely the quality needed for black garlic processing, where sugar and amino acid content in the raw bulb directly determines the quality of the final product. The world's largest producer of garlic is China by an enormous margin. According to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, China produces approximately 20 million metric tons of garlic per year. That's nearly 75% of the entire global supply. The main growing provinces are Shandong, Henan, and Jiangsu. Other major garlic-producing nations include India, Bangladesh, Egypt, South Korea, Russia, Myanmar, Ethiopia, and Spain. South Korea has a particularly important relationship with black garlic specifically. The city of Namhae is widely regarded as the birthplace of modern black garlic production. Spain and the United States, particularly California's Central Valley, are also significant producers of premium garlic varieties used in specialty food processing. Garlic is propagated not from seed, but from individual cloves. Each clove planted becomes one new bulb. Here's the general timeline. Week 1 to 2. Cloves are planted 5 to 8 centimeters deep, 15 to 20 centimeters apart. In autumn planting, root development begins underground immediately, even as the soil surface stays dormant. Weeks 3 to 8. Green shoots emerge and grow slowly through winter. During this period, the plant develops its root structure and stores energy. Months 3 to 5. Spring growth. Rapid leaf development occurs. As temperatures warm, the plant is actively photosynthesizing and diverting energy into bulb formation underground. Month 6. Scaping. In hardneck varieties, A central flowering stalk called a scape curls upward. Farmers remove these scapes manually to redirect the plant's energy into the bulb. Scapes themselves are edible and highly valued in culinary markets. Month 7 to 8. Harvest. When approximately 50% of the leaves have turned brown and dry, the bulbs are ready. They are hand-harvested, often with mechanized assistance, then cured in dry, ventilated conditions for 3 to 6 weeks to reduce moisture content and extend shelf life. Once cured, the garlic selected for black garlic production is placed in fermentation units, temperature and humidity-controlled chambers, at 60 to 90 degrees Celsius with relative humidity of 80 to 90%. This environment is maintained consistently for 30 to 90 days, depending on the desired flavor profile and compound concentration. Shorter cycles produce lighter, milder black garlic. Longer cycles deepen the color, intensify sweetness, and maximize antioxidant development. For home growers, yes, you absolutely can grow your own garlic in containers at least 30 centimeters deep or in a small garden patch. A single raised bed of 2 square meters can yield enough garlic to experiment with home black garlic production using a rice cooker set to keep warm function for 2 to 4 weeks, a method that many home fermenters use with excellent results. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that aged garlic extract, chemically similar to black garlic, significantly reduced coronary artery calcium scores in patients with metabolic syndrome, a key marker of cardiovascular disease risk. The primary mechanism is through the compound S-allylcysteine, or SAC. SAC improves endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of blood vessels, reduces LDL cholesterol oxidation, and inhibits platelet aggregation, which is the clumping of blood cells that causes arterial blockages. A 2019 clinical trial published in Frontiers in Nutrition showed that participants consuming black garlic extract for 12 weeks experienced significant reductions in total cholesterol and triglycerides compared to control groups. Black garlic also contains allicin, a compound that has demonstrated antiplatelet effects in animal studies. This is perhaps the most researched area of black garlic science. Multiple laboratory studies have demonstrated that black garlic extracts can inhibit the growth of cancer cell lines, including gastric cancer, colon cancer, liver cancer cells. A 2014 study in the journal Nutrition and Cancer found that black garlic extract suppressed the proliferation of human gastric cancer cells through the induction of apoptosis, programmed cell death, without the same toxicity levels seen in conventional chemotherapy agents. The active compounds responsible include organosulfur compounds, polyphenols, and melanoidins, the dark pigment compounds produced exclusively during the Maillard fermentation process. Melanoidins have also shown prebiotic effects, feeding beneficial gut bacteria. It is critical to note, this research is primarily in vitro, meaning in laboratory cell cultures, and while highly promising, it does not yet constitute a clinical cancer treatment. Black garlic is a powerful complementary food, not a pharmaceutical substitute. Per 100 grams of black garlic, you receive approximately 150 to 180 calories, 1 to 2 grams of fat, 35 to 40 grams of carbohydrates, 5 to 6 grams of protein, and 3 to 4 grams of dietary fiber. Critically, black garlic contains 2 to 3 times higher total antioxidant activity than raw garlic, measured by ORAC value. It also provides meaningful amounts of vitamin C, vitamin B6, manganese, selenium, calcium, and phosphorus. Selenium, present in bioavailable form in black garlic, is known to support thyroid function, immune defense, and has been associated with reduced cancer risk in epidemiological studies. Research published in the journal Phytotherapy Research demonstrated that black garlic extract improved insulin sensitivity in diabetic rat models by reducing oxidative stress in pancreatic cells. SASAC specifically has been shown to inhibit alpha-glucosidase, an enzyme that slows carbohydrate absorption, similar to the mechanism of some type 2 diabetes medications. In animal agriculture, garlic-based feed supplements are increasingly being used to reduce the need for antibiotics in poultry and swine production. Studies from South Korea and China have shown that garlic meal added to poultry feed improves feed conversion ratios, boosts immune response in broiler chickens, and reduces pathogenic bacteria in the gut, without antibiotic resistance concerns. Environmentally, garlic as a crop is considered relatively low impact. Its natural sulfur compounds act as a mild soil fumigant, reducing populations of soil-borne fungal pathogens and nematodes. This makes garlic an excellent rotational crop in organic farming systems. Garlic flowers, when allowed to bloom, attract bees, hoverflies, and other beneficial pollinators. And because garlic has low water requirements compared to crops like rice or cotton, it is well suited to water-stressed regions. Garlic is one of the most beginner-friendly crops on earth. You don't need a farm. You don't need a greenhouse. You need a patch of soil, some well-drained compost, and a handful of garlic cloves from a reputable seed supplier, not supermarket garlic, which is often treated with sprout inhibitors. Plant in October, water moderately through the winter months, harvest in late June or July. From a single investment of a few dollars worth of seed garlic, you can grow 30, 40, or even 50 bulbs, enough to experiment with home black garlic fermentation and discover firsthand what makes this ingredient extraordinary. Modern industrial agriculture has reduced the diversity of garlic varieties grown commercially to just a handful of high-yield types. But garlic has hundreds of traditional heirloom varieties, each with its own flavor profile, sulfur compound concentration, and resilience to specific climates. Varieties like elephant garlic, rocambole, purple stripe, and creole each produce distinct black garlic flavors during fermentation. When you grow garlic and save your own cloves as seed stock year after year, you are participating in something that has sustained human agriculture for 10,000 years. You are maintaining living genetic diversity in your own hands. That matters, not just philosophically, but practically, because diverse seed stocks are humanity's insurance policy against disease outbreaks and climate shifts that monoculture systems cannot withstand. Black garlic commands serious market value. At retail, premium black garlic sells for anywhere between 20 to 60 US dollars per kilogram, depending on the market and quality. In specialty food stores, gourmet restaurants, and online health food markets, demand has grown consistently year over year. The global black garlic market, valued at approximately 50 million US dollars in 2002, is projected to grow at over 8% annually through 2030, according to market research firm Grandview Research. For small-scale farmers and home growers willing to invest in a basic temperature-controlled fermentation unit, black garlic represents a genuine value-added opportunity. You are transforming a commodity crop into a premium specialty product at relatively low additional cost. The garlic family has been healing humanity for thousands of years. In Chinese medicine, in Ayurveda, in Mediterranean diets, in the ancient Egyptian records found alongside pyramids. Modern science isn't discovering something new about garlic. It's confirming something our ancestors intuitively understood. Black garlic takes that ancient wisdom and amplifies it through chemistry, concentrating compounds, removing barriers to absorption, transforming something ordinary into something genuinely exceptional. And the extraordinary thing is, it starts in a garden. It starts with a clove pressed 2 inches into the soil by human hands. If you want to keep learning about the science of what we grow and what it does for us, subscribe. Every video we make is built on real research, real farming, and a genuine respect for the plants that built human civilization.